everyone. Welcome to our Saturday game here, 6:45. I guess it's going to be a little bit later start time, a little bit of a later start time than normal, as UNB had an earlier game today. So happy New Year, happy 2026. Canadiens getting ready for their first game of 2026. They're going to be taking on the Miramichi Rivermen. Rivermen wearing the white jerseys, your Canadiens in the blue. Second time we have met the Rivermen. First time earlier in the season at the Buster Harvey. Didn't go the Canadiens' way. So we'll see what happens today. Starting goaltender for today's match is going to be Camden McFarland. We are still missing Chase Stella. He's actually on penalty box duty today. There he is in the penalty box. So hopefully we get him back soon. Everyone else is here and accounted for. Starting us off, it looks like it's going to be Stella, Markowski, and Gilbert. And on the blue line, we're going to see Scott and Hoyt. We're ready to get things underway with the face-off and off the draw. It's going to be the Rivermen who take possession, but quickly, Sam Markowski steals that away. Sam down low, goes back looking for Stella, bouncing puck. Goes back down towards Sam Markowski. Markowski back out into the slot. Just can't turn on the shot, and now Miramichi takes it into the neutral zone. They try the centering pass. That's picked off and stolen away by Gilbert. Gilbert going for the stretch pass. It does get out. Miramichi's going to have to tag up. They do. And they're going to fire it towards the net. Goes off a Riverman player. Picked up. Cross-ice pass. And once again, goes into the feet of the ref. That's going to be a little too far, though. And that's going to be icing. We'll head back down into the Canadian zone with Gargano, McShane, Dara, and on the D pairing, we're going to see Miller and McDougall. Off the draw. Miramichi gets it, but it's stolen away by McShane. McShane now making his way through the neutral zone. Chips it forward, still moving forward. Has Gargano with him. Centering pass, tries to get it. It's intercepted by Miramichi. And back down low, McShane picks it up. He goes back to McDougall. McDougall quickly over to Miller. Miller fires through traffic. It's just wide of the net. It's going to come back around. And Miramichi pokes it forward, but good stick there by McDougall. But Miramichi regains possession. That's Gargano now in along the boards. McDougall is there, as is McShane. Or sorry, that was Dara. Dara takes a little bit of a bump there. Miller down low, but Miramichi still with possession. They're going to play it back to their D, and now McShane trying to block it. That gets blocked out front, goes to the side, and that's Dara trying to get a stick on it. They go back to their D. Once again, Dara tries to get a stick, and that's picked up and played forward. Dara's going to clear the zone, and it will be icing once again. So once again, we're heading back down into the Canadian zone. Coming out is Shepherd and Paisley. And up top, we're going to see Stella, Kirkpatrick, and McLean. And a couple of false starts here. Off the draw, that's a win by McLean. Gets it back to Paisley. Paisley quickly goes to Shepherd. Shepherd looking to go to Stella. Stella quickly to McLean. McLean chips it forward, and now Kirkpatrick trying to get there. Kirkpatrick on the forecheck, pokes it down. Miramichi gets it back, or Shepherd keeps that in. They go for the cross-ice pass in the neutral zone. That's Kirkpatrick on the back check. Gets it forward to Paisley. Paisley has that, plays it back, looking for Kirkpatrick, but the Miramichi take it back. That gets played up to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick goes wide, looking for Stella. Stella now in a foot race. Stella trying to get there, gets there first. Miramichi takes it back away. Kirkpatrick tries, but that is McLean who gets it, pokes it down to Stella. Stella works it over, tries to get it to Kirkpatrick. It goes off a skate, goes back the other way, and Hoyt's going to pick that up in the neutral zone. Hoyt goes D to D over to Scott. Scott goes back, tries to find McLean. Goes through everybody, picked up by Miramichi in their own zone. D to D pass for Miramichi. They're going for the cross-ice pass. Goes into the neutral zone. Then that goes too far. Should be icing. Icing waved off. And that's picked up by Hoyt. Hoyt getting double teamed down low. Remember, she's going to go back to their D. Gilbert now. Gilbert trying to steal it away. And that is Shepard who picks that up. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Markowski. Markowski with a great pass up to McShane. McShane's going to fire. That's high and wide off the boards, off the glass, I should say. Gilbert picks up the rebound, keeps it in, looking for help from Markowski now along the boards. It's going to come back to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it back to Gilbert. Gilbert tries to backhand it into the zone. Miramichi regains possession. That is intercepted by Markowski. Markowski now shoots, and that's a goal! Sam Markowski opening up the scoring here. 1-0 for the Canadiens. Just over 11 and a half to play here in the first period. Coming out for the Canadiens is Gargano, Dara, Stella, and on the blue line, Miller and McDougall. Off the draw, Stella tries to bust forward there. Rivermen play it low, down into the corner. That's Dara trying to get a stick on it, and now Stella pressuring. Miramichi's going to go back the other way. Gargano now plays it, and that bouncing puck is going to get over McDougall's stick. Miller there to gather it up in the Canadiens' end. Miller plays it back, leaves it for McDougall. McDougall under pressure plays it up the wall, finds Stella. Stella finds Gargano. Gargano now chips it forward and continues, and that is going to be picked off by Miramichi. Miramichi coming back the other way. Nice stick by Stella. Stella, nice job by Keegan Stella. Nice stick by Stella. And I'll tell you, folks, when he's in alone, he's deadly. 2-0 Canadiens. Coming out is Kirkpatrick with McLean, McShane, and on the blue line is Paisley and Shepard. And off the draw, McLean tries to push it forward to McShane. It's going to come back to Shepard. Shepard quickly to McShane. McShane pushes it down deep. And Miramichi gets it back, kept in by Shepard once again. He plays it deep off the boards. Kirkpatrick now down low. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on it. Miramichi gets it back to the half wall. Shepard picks that up, turns to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick plays it over to Paisley. Paisley fires. That's just high of the net. Down low, McLean picks it back up, fires towards the net. And that's picked up by McShane. He tries the wraparound, saved by the goalie. Kirkpatrick now in along the boards. And now McShane picks that back up. Bouncing puck, McLean. Kept in by Shepard. Good stick by Shepard. Shepard fires. And a save, but nice play there on the blue line by Zach Shepard. Face-off coming up in the Rivermen zone. And we will see Markowski, Gilbert, Stella, and Scott and Hoyt. Off the draw, Miramichi's going to take that, flips it back, kept in by Scott. That goes off a stick, bounced towards the net. That just goes off the post. Down low, Miramichi plays it around the boards. And good job by Stella to get a stick on that. Markowski. Miramichi looking to start the breakout. That's going to come into the neutral zone. And now Scott. Scott plays it back to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it up off the boards into the neutral zone. Markowski now trying to get a stick on it. Miramichi plays it back down. Now Scott in a foot race. Oh, both players overskate it, and nice save by Cam McFarland. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone with Gargano, Miller, Dara, McShane, and McDougall. Off the draw, Gargano with a win. Gets it to McDougall. McDougall quickly to Miller. Miller to Dara. Dara plays it back, looks for Gargano. Does try to chip it out. It's going to be kept in by Miramichi, and they push it deep. McFarland came out to play it, but it's going to be picked up by McShane. And now that's nice play there by Dara. Dara gets it up to Gargano. Gargano in all alone. Nice save by the Miramichi goalie there. Miller keeps it in. Down low once again to Gargano, but bouncing puck just gets over his stick. And that's going to come back into the neutral zone. Miller will gather that up. Miller plays it to McDougall. McDougall, he's going to go high up to McShane into the neutral zone. Miramichi D gets that. Coming back the other way. They fire it. That's going to be Kirkpatrick who picks it up. Kirkpatrick now goes in behind his own net. Kirkpatrick plays it forward. Looking for Paisley. Goes off a skate. Picked back up by Kirkpatrick to McLean. McLean's going to fire that deep. And now Kirkpatrick down low. Kirkpatrick gets there in a battle along the boards. Miramichi goes D to D. They go back the other way. Kept in by Paisley. Paisley fires it over to Stella. Stella looking for Kirkpatrick out front. Rebound. Picked up by Miramichi. Softly tosses it. And that should be icing. And it is, as McFarland makes sure. So we'll head back down into the Rivermen zone with... It looks like we're going to stick with these 5. Off the draw, McLean gets it to Kirkpatrick. McLean to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick to Stella. And saved by the goalie. And face-off coming right back up in the Miramichi zone once again. And off the draw, it's going to come back to Paisley. Paisley's going to fire it. That's wide of the net. Comes around the other way. Shepard is there. That's going to get poked by. Now Paisley picks it up. Paisley down low, off the boards. Looking to get it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick faces Landry. Does poke it into the neutral zone. And good stick by Stella there. Picked up. Miramichi does have control. And good job there by Paisley. Paisley gets it out. Paisley pushes it forward, looking for Stella. It's going to be picked up by the Miramichi D. D-to-D pass in their own zone. Gilbert out now with Markowski. Miramichi up through the neutral zone. Oh, assist there from the ref. Picked up by Markowski. Markowski has McShane and Gilbert with him. Markowski down low. Trying to play it back. He's taken down. Miramichi gets the puck back, and McShane gets a stick on it, and that's going to be picked up by Hoyt. Hoyt's going to play that out into the neutral zone, picked up by Gilbert. Gilbert puts that deep, picked up in behind the net by Miramichi. Gilbert gets a stick on that. Markowski's going to steal it away, looking for the centering pass. It's just picked up by Rivermen, and McShane gets it back. McShane, he's going to fire, and that's a glove save by the Rivermen. Face-off coming up in the Rivermen zone. Off the draw, bouncing puck. Rivermen under pressure as Gilbert pressures down low. Markowski gets a stick on that. Back to Gilbert. Gilbert trying to get the shot off and just can't get the shot off, and that's going to squeak into the neutral zone. Scott will pick that up. He's going to go D to Hoyt. Hoyt fires it up to McShane. McShane with Markowski. Back to Markowski. Fires. Save. Miller and McDougall coming out for the D pairing. Up top, we're going to see Gargano, Stella, and Dara. Gargano with a win there. Tries to get it back to McDougall. McDougall fires it down low. Finds Stella. Stella fires it over. Picked up by Dara. Miramichi gets it back. Miller keeps it in. Holds the line. Dara working along the boards. And that's going to be a penalty, I believe, with a cross check. Looks like the Rivermen are going to go to the box, and the Canadiens are going to go to the power play. We're going to stick with these 5 for the power play. 2-0 here for the Canadiens with just under 6 minutes to play. in the first. Off the draw, Dara tries to get it back, comes back, and unfortunately just comes outside the blue line. McDougall's going to regroup here, plays it back to Miller. Miller making his way through the neutral zone. Miller is going to fire. It's a save. And Gargano tries to pick the puck up. He does. Steals it back. And shot. Oh, that's off the crossbar as Stella doesn't miss by much. Miller plays it to Stella. Stella drives towards the net, and that's a goal. Keegan Stella with another beauty on the power play. 3-0 for the Canadiens. Coming out is McLean, McShane, Kirkpatrick, Shepherd, and Paisley. Off the draw, gets to McShane. Kirkpatrick picks it back up. Kirkpatrick still trying to drive towards the net. He's pushed down. Miramichi has it back the other way. Paisley picks it up though, but that's mishandled and goes deep into the zone. And Shepherd, he's manhandled down the way too. Miramichi player trying to get it, and that's stolen away, picked up. Bouncing puck in front of the goalie there. Miramichi gets it back. McShane tries to poke it away, and now... And that shot's high, goes off the glass. Kirkpatrick now back on D, or towards the D, I should say. That's going to be picked up by Shepherd. Shepherd to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick looking for options, plays it over. Good stick there by Paisley on the play from Kirkpatrick. And now McShane down low. And that's left in behind the net. It's going to come all the way around. Kirkpatrick trying to get a stick on it. Miramichi making their way through. Hoyt with a good stick there. Friesen driving towards the net. That's poked away, picked up by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick trying to get a pass off. Gets it to McShane. McShane plays it gently into the... Kirkpatrick gets a stick on it again, but Miramichi still has possession. Hoyt down low gets a stick on it. And Hoyt battling a couple of Miramichi players, and that's going to be a penalty. Unfortunate, as Hoyt was just trying to clear the puck there, but we're going to head to the penalty box. So coming out for the PK will be Markowski with Miller, Gilbert, and Scott. Off the draw, it's a win. Scott's going to rim that around the boards. Oh, weird bounce off the wall. That was just unfortunate because that would have been cleared. But a weird bounce off the wall keeps it in. Miramichi goes back to their D. That's Gilbert up top. Miramichi D to D. Pass is wide, though. They do regain possession. Markowski and Gilbert keeping play up top here. Markowski. Miramichi just D to D passes here. They push it down low now. And Scott. Now Markowski. Scott. Keeping it to the outside the best they can. Miramichi goes back up top once again. Markowski. And now Gilbert trying to block it. Miller. Back up top. And driving towards, big save by McFarland. Coming out is Stella with, nope, sorry. It's going to be Gargano, Dara, McDougall, and Paisley coming out. Under a minute in the penalty kill here. Off the draw. Miramichi does have it, driving towards the net, and that shot's wide. They pick it back up. Paisley trying to, and big save, and Gargano can't get it out. Ah, good try by Dara. That gets poked away, but it's going to be kept in at the line. D to D. Closing in on 30 seconds left here in the penalty kill. Paisley. They go back to the D. That's Dara up top again. And that, Gargano tried to get a stick on that. And that shot goes off, and that is going to get out. Good job as Paisley clears that one. And that should take care of the penalty kill as Hoyt's getting ready to come back out. Kirkpatrick has come on. Good job by Gargano. Gargano, we're back even. Tries to get it to Kirkpatrick in the slot. He goes back to Gargano. Shot, and it's a save. Good job by Cam Gargano at the end of that penalty. Face-off coming up with Stella, McLean, Kirkpatrick, Paisley, and Shepherd. Off the draw, Stella gets that, plays it back to Shepherd. Shepherd plays it back to Stella. Stella, drive it towards the net, picked up by Miramichi. They play it around the boards. And Paisley tries to hold the line, but Miramichi gets through. And now Shepherd, and it was a 2-on-1 there, but the pass was wide. Picked up down low by Miramichi. And that's picked out front. Bouncing puck, picked up, played up to Stella. Stella quickly to Kirkpatrick, and Kirkpatrick now through the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick drive into Kirkpatrick, beats his man. Kirkpatrick shot off the post. Didn't get all of it on it that I think he wanted there. That's going to come back the other way. Picked up by Paisley. Paisley over quickly to Shepherd. Shepherd quick up to Stella. Stella has that taken away by Miramichi, but still working hard down along the boards. Gets it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick now along the boards, but Miramichi regains possession. Kirkpatrick tries once again. They play it up off the half wall though, and Miramichi plays that down the ice, and it should be, nope, they waved icing off. Shepherd picks that up. Shepherd now plays it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick bouncing puck, does get into the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick picks that back up, fires it deep. Closing seconds here of the first period. And Miramichi's just going to fire that around the boards, and that's going to be it for the first. So hang tight. We'll be back for the second period momentarily. All right, starting us off for the second period is Markowski, Gilbert, McShane, Hoyt, and Scott. Off the draw. Miramichi can't hold that pass, so McShane pressuring down low. McShane. And now Markowski working along, or sorry, that was Gilbert working along the boards. It's going to come all the way around. And going to be picked up by Scott. Scott doubles back, plays it off the board softly to Markowski. Markowski taken away by Miramichi. Miramichi plays it down low. Hoyt's going to pick that up. Hoyt plays it forward, looking to Gilbert. Gilbert in along the boards. Miramichi goes back to their D. Kept in, but blocked. And that's going to go off a skate. And McShane's going to play it back, but it's picked off by Miramichi. Hoyt picks that off. And now Gilbert. Gilbert's going to go back to Scott. Scott He's going to go for the stretch pass up to McShane, but it's intercepted by Miramichi. Miramichi pressuring now, and McFarland's going to hang on to that one. Canadiens will send out McDougall, Miller, Gargano, Dara, and Stella for the face-off in our zone. Off the draw, Gargano wins that back to McDougall. McDougall quickly to Miller. Miller. And bouncing puck. Gargano picks that up, chips it forward. Down into the Miramichi zone. They're going to play it back around. It's going to be picked up down low by Gargano. He's going to find McDougall. McDougall tries the quick pass, but it comes back into the neutral zone. Miller back to McDougall. McDougall tries to go center, picked off by Miramichi. Stella's there, though, plays it back to McDougall once again, and that goes off a stick and is kept in. Kept in at the line, bouncing puck, Gargano, but then played back down low. McDougall over to Miller. Miller fires it over to Stella. Stella now. Stella has Gargano with him, tries to find him, but it picked off by Miramichi. Goes through a couple of sticks there, and good stick by Miller as he's under pressure from Friesen. Miller battling here along the boards. And Dara into assist. Friesen gets it back and tries the flip. It goes up and over top. That's picked up and played off the boards. And that's going to clear down into the Miramichi zone. Kirkpatrick out for the Canadiens now. And Shepard. Miramichi's going to go D to D, but it's deep into their zone. Kirkpatrick pressuring now. They play it around the boards. That's McLean out with McShane. And that's going to go into the Canadian zone, picked up by Shepard. Shepard, he's going to fire that around. Finds McShane. McShane tied up along the boards, plays it back, kept in by the Miramichi D. Now Kirkpatrick trying to get a stick on it. They play it back down low. Shepard, that's going to be picked up by Paisley. Paisley trying to clear the zone, and it's going to go too far as that will be icing. Heading back down to the Canadian zone. Off the draw, Paisley, and now to, nice try there, but it's kept in by Miramichi. It's McLean who gets a stick on it back to Shepard. Shepard now goes off the boards to Paisley. Paisley finds Kirkpatrick on the boards. That gets lost in a skate. Kept in. Paisley in along the boards. McLean into assist. Miramichi comes away with it, but Paisley gets it back. Now Miramichi has it back in behind. They try the wraparound. It's a save. That comes out to Kirkpatrick on the boards. Kirkpatrick tries to pass it up, and it's picked up by McLean. Kirkpatrick chips it forward to McShane, and that gets poked away. Kirkpatrick gets it back. He's in a pushy match here at the red line. McShane gets it, and that played back to the Miramichi D. Now Kirkpatrick pressuring. Kirkpatrick still pressuring down with the D. Little overzealous there. Markowski off the bench just misses that one. But Miramichi tries it into the neutral zone. Shepard now. Shepard driving towards the net. That comes back. Going to be kept in by Stella. Stella now towards the net. Fires it out front. Gilbert can't turn on it. Miramichi picks it up on the half wall. They're going to go for the stretch pass into the neutral zone. And Shepard gathers that up. Shepard D to Paisley. And that, just misses Stella's stick in neutral ice. So it will be icing heading back down into the Canadian zone. Stella, Gilbert, Markowski, Scott, and Hoyt. Hoyt's going to get that to Scott. Scott gets it to Markowski. Markowski plays it up to Stella. Stella plays it over, looking for Markowski. Goes off his skate. going to be kept in by Scott. Scott plays it down low to Stella. Stella looking to get it down to Markowski. It comes back to Scott. Gets bouncing puck. Gets over the line. Scott picks it up, though. Scott coming back the other way. Clears the zone. Gets it to Stella. Stella. And plays it forward. And Canadiens are offside, so they got to tag up. Gives Miramichi a little bit of time there to get the wheels going. Markowski on the back check. McFarland comes out to leave that for Hoyt. He's going to peel that around the board. It's going to be kept in by the Miramichi D. That goes off of Stella's skate to Gilbert. Gilbert trying to get a stick on it. Markowski in to help, and now Hoyt down low. Hoyt plays it around, looking for help from Scott. And Stella picks that up off the wall, plays it high to Markowski, and Markowski now. Markowski, one-on-one here, one-on-one. Still gets the shot off. Nice try. Good try on the rebound by Gilbert also. And it looks like the net is off. So play will be called. Face-off coming up in the Rivermen zone. Gargano, Dara, McShane, McDougall, and Miller. Off the draw, Gargano plays it back to McDougall. McShane plays it back to Dara, picked up by Miramichi. Rivermen. Oh, nice stick there by McShane. McShane gets it back, fires, saved by the goalie. Rebound picked up, played around. Miramichi trying to get it out. McShane and Dara comes back. Dara gets that back. Dara working it along the boards, plays it back, finds McDougall. McDougall plays it to McShane. McShane tries the backhand. It's a save, and the rebound is saved as well as Dara tries to get that one. McLean, Kirkpatrick, Stella, Paisley, and Shepherd coming out for the face-off in the Rivermen zone. And that gets pushed forward off the draw. Miramichi picks it up. Kirkpatrick in behind, looking to steal that away. Miramichi comes up, and they play it up into the neutral zone. Good back check by Stella. That's going to be on net, but picked up by Paisley. Paisley trying to get it to Stella. Goes through a couple of pairs of feet. Picked up by Miramichi. That's a shot. Oh, that was a weird floater. Went up and over. Kirkpatrick trying to get it off the wall. Miramichi keeps it in, though. Shepherd coming around. Shepherd plays it forward to Stella. Stella gets caught in his feet. Shepherd gets it back. Shepherd plays it forward to Stella once again. Has Kirkpatrick with him. Kirkpatrick driving towards the net. Poked away. Shepherd picks it up. Save. Rebound back to Kirkpatrick. Loses it in his feet again. Regains possession. Passes it out in front. And now McLean tries the backhand out front. And that's a save. And a little conference in behind the net. Face-off coming up in the Rivermen zone. Markowski, Gilbert, McShane, Scott, and Hoyt. And Miramichi off the draw has that taken away by McShane. McShane and Gilbert working down to the corner. Gilbert gets it back, plays it back, looking for Hoyt. Hoyt fires from the blue line. Save. That goes off Markowski, and it looks like it hurt. He's going to make his way to the bench, and hopefully that's okay. I think it's just a sting there. As with Hoyt shooting, it's definitely not going to feel good if you're blocking it. Down low, Scott takes that away, gets it to Hoyt. Hoyt playing to play it up, plays it back down low. Scott's going to pick that up. Has McShane on the boards. McShane plays it quickly to Gargano. Gargano plays it high to Gilbert. Gilbert driving towards the net. And a save, rebound. Nice try by Gargano on the rebound. Gilbert gets it. And Gilbert working down low. Miramichi goes D to D. They're going to rim it around the boards. And it's going to be too far. And they're going to wave icing off as Scott picks that up. And they're going for the stretch pass to McDougall. McDougall forward. He meets Friesen. And now Miramichi coming back the other way. Nice play by Adam Scott. Takes away that scoring opportunity. Comes back to their D and comes back the other way. Doesn't get all of it on that one. And now the D's going to pop in. And that's the outside of the net. And they're going to call a high stick, I believe. So high stick call, face-off coming up in the Canadian zone with Miller, McDougall, Dara, Stella, and Gargano. And off the draw, it's going to be Dara who picks it up. He goes down. Come around the other way. McFarland leaves that for McDougall. McDougall under pressure, plays it back to Miller. Miller trying to get it up. He's got a couple of players on him, gets it to Dara. Dara quickly to Gargano. Gargano, that's going to be picked up by McDougall as he's rushing the puck. McDougall has Stella with him, plays it back to Stella. Stella fires. That's just wide of the net. Rebound's going to be kept in by Miller. Goes down along the boards to Dara. And Dara pokes that away. Dara makes his way around into the slot. Nice try. Stella picks it back up. Stella, and he's going to play it back to Miller. Miller plays it back down low to Stella. Stella fires, save, rebound, regain possession, and another save picked back up by Dara. Back to Stella, back to Miller. Miller, back to Stella. Stella looking for options. Fires it back to Miller. Miller, back to Stella. Stella, he's going to fire. Blocked out front. Dara has his stick taken away. And that is not going to make it for ice. Miller's going to pick it up quickly. Miller fires it to McDougall. McDougall leaves it quickly for Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick now. He turns around, finds McShane. McShane tries the one time. It just goes wide. Miller's going to keep it in. Kirkpatrick picks it up again. And McLean gets a stick on that, but it goes back the other way. Down low, back to McDougall. McDougall fires it. That goes off a stick. And Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that, more like a body, I think. Plays it back to McDougall. McDougall's going to fire it from the point. Rebound gathered up by Miramichi. Kirkpatrick tries to get a stick on it again. McDougall keeps it in, plays it back to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick gets it to McShane. McShane is going to fire it down low. And McLean is there on the other side. McLean tries to keep it in. Shepard has come on. That's McShane who keeps it in. McShane down along the boards. McLean in to assist. And that comes back the other way. McShane has it. Fires it back to Shepard. Shepard fires it back. McShane has it. Driving, shot. Goes to the outside of the net. McLean's going to play it around the boards. And Paisley trying to get there, but it gets too far. Now Shepard in a foot race. He beats the Miramichi player. Shepard down low, in along the boards. Clean into assist. Stella is there. That gets played down low. Shepard on his man. Comes to the side of the net. Save is as McFarland takes a bump there afterwards, but
we're still looking for our 50-50 ticket winner. Blue ticket ending in 916. You can come over to the box area for your winnings.
Out for the face-off is Markowski, Gilbert, Stella, Scott, and Hoyt. So good to see Sammy back out. Like I say, it was probably just one of those ones that stings for a minute after you block one of those shots. So that's kept in by Miramichi. Goes off the wall, picked up by Gilbert. Gilbert chips it off head, finds Markowski. Markowski plays it back to Stella. Stella turns, fires, save, rebound picked up by Markowski. Miramichi gets it back. They play it up off the boards, and that's going to be picked up by Friesen. He's making his way into the Canadian zone. Hoyt puts a nice poke check there. Good job. And bouncing puck out front. Markowski's going to pick that up. Good job by Cam McFarland there, but Miramichi gets it back. Shot, plus save. What a sequence by Cam McFarland there. First with the poke check, then with a nice glove save under pressure from Miramichi late here in the second period. Face-off coming up we will see the defensive pairing come out for Miller and McDougall. And off the draw, Markowski gets it to McDougall. McDougall quickly to Miller. Miller fires it up, finds Markowski. He makes his way into the neutral zone, goes wide to Stella. Stella now plays that off his own skate. Fires it towards, rebound. There's the wide open net. And that's a beauty shot by Miller. As Miller, no doubt on the wide open net there on the rebound in the perfect place. And that is 4-0 for the Canadiens. McShane, Gargano, Dara, McDougall, and Miller out for the face-off. Off the draw, Miramichi plays that forward. McDougall picks it up, plays it back. Gargano right on the blue line. McDougall plays it back to Gargano. Gargano to McShane. McShane making his way. McShane driving towards the net. Can't get the shot off. And that's going to be a penalty. Slashing is the call to Miramichi. So, I was going to say, I think they forgot to start the clock. So I'm just going to wait. Okay, so it's going to be, just going to fix my clock here, folks. So Canadiens are going to go to the power play. Out for the power play, Gargano, Dara. Gargano, Dara, McShane, Miller, McDougall. And we're just waiting for the clock to be figured out here, and then we'll get underway. All right, we're ready to go. Off the draw, Gargano gets it back to Miller. Miller, shot out front. That comes back. It's going to get too far. Get into the neutral zone. Miller, D to D, goes to McDougall. McDougall. McDougall tries to drop pass. Plays it, comes over to Gargano. Bouncing puck. Miramichi picks it up. Bouncing puck again. And now Miramichi plays it back on this penalty kill for them. It's going to get played down low. McFarland's going to leave it. Plays it Miller to McDougall. McDougall back to Miller. Miller under pressure. Plays it back the other way. And he's going to play it back down to McDougall. McDougall's going to go to Gargano. Gargano looking to get it to McShane, but intercepted. Gargano gets it back. Plays it to McShane. McShane making his way up through. McShane into the offensive zone. Dara is there. McShane plays it back to Miller. Miller plays it over to McDougall. McDougall back to Miller up top. Miller's going to fire. That's wide of the net. Picked up by Gargano. Gargano goes back to McDougall. McDougall, he's going to go to Gargano. Gargano fires. That's blocked out front. It's going to come back to Miller. Dara has switched out with Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick setting up out front, and he tries the chip. Just misses. Rebounds on the outside of the net. 21 seconds left here in the power play, and Gargano tries to play it back to McDougall. It's going to be intercepted, though, and it's going to go the full length of the ice. Miller's going to pick it up. Miller plays it to McDougall. McDougall finds Stella. Stella has Kirkpatrick with him. Stella working it down low. McLean picks it back up. Kirkpatrick's back out front. McLean plays it back. That's Paisley on D. Paisley fires, and Kirkpatrick's down in front of the net. 3 seconds to go here in this period. And that's going to be it for the second period. And we will see everybody after this quick break and the flood. Markowski. And Stella, off the draw, gets pushed into the Miramichi zone. It's going to come back into the neutral zone, but it's going to be all, oh, okay, not offside. But Miramichi's going to take it back. Oh, Gilbert gets a leg on that, and Paisley pushes it deep. Miramichi coming back the other way, though. Paisley. Gilbert loses his stick. Markowski gets a stick on that. It's played down deep. They try on the slot. Nice save by McFarland. That comes back, and the slap shot attempt doesn't have much on, but it plays right back to Miramichi once again. They play it over into the slot. That's intercepted, though. Gets played around by Shepard. Gilbert tries to get a stick on it. Paisley does. Paisley. And that fresh ice giving us a little bit of trouble here as we try to clear the zone. Stella gets that off the wall. Stella plays it over to Gilbert. Gilbert in the neutral zone has that taken away. Miramichi coming back the other way. And that is on net and left for Shepard. Shepard now plays it to Stella. Stella goes to Markowski. Markowski making his way through the neutral zone. Markowski has Gilbert with him. Markowski plays it over just out of the reach of Gilbert. Gilbert down into the corner, plays it back to Markowski. Markowski into the slot to McShane, and that's a good goal. Nice play there into the slot by Sam Markowski to Beckett McShane. One more on the board for the Canadiens. Gargano, Dara, McShane, Hoyt, and Scott. Off the draw, that's McShane chasing down low. Miramichi goes D to D, quickly up. Friesen making his way in. Gargano giving him all kinds of trouble. That's off the, it's a save by McFarland's play on the side of the net. They go into the slot. That's going to be picked up by Gargano. Gargano now. Gargano coming through. Gargano plays it forward. Gargano and McShane. McShane plays it into the slot, picked off by Miramichi, and they start to break out the other way. Friesen goes cross ice pass. Scott now picks that off, plays it out. Picked up by McShane, back to Friesen though. And he comes back in. Good job by Hoyt there, but it's taken away. Scott again to Scott takes that away, gets it to Hoyt. Hoyt goes for the pass up to McShane. McShane and tries to get another stick on it. Coming out is Kirkpatrick, McLean, Miller, McDougall. Miller's going to take this through the neutral zone, has Kirkpatrick with him. Miller, and oh boy, that is a penalty. It's going to be a delayed penalty to Miramichi as Miller's taken down. Canadiens will head to the power play. Miller, McDougall, Kirkpatrick, Stella. Oh, no, Kirkpatrick's going to go off. It's going to be McShane, Markowski, and Stella. Off the draw, comes back to Miller. Miller, he's going to fire it towards the net. Save. Rebound goes to the side. Markowski tries to get there. He plays it down low. McShane picks it up. McShane out to Markowski, and that one's going to trickle in for another goal. And coming out is Kirkpatrick, McLean, and Stella will stay out. Paisley and Shepard out for the D pairing. And I believe the conversation now is that it will be run time, but I'm not sure. I just see the referee having a conversation with both benches. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Off the draw. We'll see what happens. Stella chasing. Miramichi's going to pick it up deep in their own zone. Try to pass it out front. That's picked off by Paisley and Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick fires it down low. And that's going to be a penalty. It's a chintzy penalty to Stella there. It's a little chintzy. That might be a score of the game penalty there. So Stella will go to the box and the Rivermen will go to the power play. The brothers will get to hang out in the penalty box together. So penalty kill here for the Canadiens sees McLean, Gilbert, Paisley, and Shepherd. Miramichi up top. That gets blocked and redirected out front. Miramichi picks it back up. McLean again. Miramichi down low. Paisley. McLean. McLean gets a stick on it, trying to get there. And he's going to clear it down the ice. Good job by Thomas. That's Gilbert pressuring. They're going to rim it around. McShane pokes that back, but it's too far for Shepherd. So Shepherd stays back here, keeps his man to the outside. McShane tries to get a stick on it. Paisley, as Miramichi tries to set something up here on the power play. They go back to their D. And good block shot there by Paisley. Goes through the slot and McShane tries to get it out, but Miramichi regains possession. Shepherd. Miramichi, they go back to their D. Last minute here on this penalty kill. Down low once again. Quickly back. Back up top. D to D, the one-timer. And the chip is good. So the Rivermen will get a power play goal, as that was a great chip out front. Puts it up top shelf on Cam McFarland. Not much he can do on that one. So with 10:23 to play, Rivermen get on the board. 6-1 Canadiens. We are going to see Scott and Hoyt, Gargano, McShane, and Dara. McShane plays it back to Scott. Scott goes D to D to Hoyt. Hoyt fires it up to Gargano. Gargano, that gets played off escape. It picked up by McShane. McShane plays it deep. Gets rimmed around, comes straight back to Scott. Scott fires it back down. Gargano. Dara down along the boards, back to Gargano. Gargano, he's going to get taken down, and that's going to be a penalty to Miramichi. So Miramichi will head to the box. Canadiens will head to the power play. Canadiens are going to stick with these 5. Off the draw, that's going to get played right to Miramichi and right down the ice. Scott picks it up. Canadiens get set up here. Scott. Plays it forward, right into the feet though. And that goes all the way back down the ice. Picked up by McShane. McShane plays it back to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it up to McShane. McShane plays it over to Hoyt. Hoyt fires wide, goes off the boards, comes back around to Scott. Scott tries to play it down low, intercepted by Miramichi, and that's going to get cleared. Hoyt picks it up. Coming out is Kirkpatrick, Stella, and Miller. Kirkpatrick trying to get a stick on it. It's going to come into the neutral zone. That's taken away by Stella. Stella goes back to Miller. Miller to McLean. McLean has Kirkpatrick with him. McLean, Kirkpatrick, and saved, picked up by Stella. Stella settling things down here, still on the power play for 35 seconds. Quickly back to Stella. Stella, he goes the backhand, and it's saved by the goalie. And that's a hit to the head from the goalie after the play, as Kirkpatrick was just in there looking for the rebound. A little bit aggressive on that play. 26 seconds left on the power play. Stella, Kirkpatrick, McLean, Miller, and McDougall out for the Canadiens. McLean gets played for it, back, comes straight back to McDougall. McDougall goes back to McLean. McLean goes back to McDougall. McDougall, Kirkpatrick out front, goes to Stella. Stella goes back to Miller. Miller plays it back to Stella. Stella, he's gonna drive towards the net. Looking for options. We're now back even. Easton does that, or shoots that, and Stella tries to get the rebound. That goes the full length of the ice, and it's going to be icing as the penalty is over. So we will head back down into the Rivermen's territory. Paisley, Shepard, Markowski, Gilbert, and McShane. Markowski to McShane. McShane goes back to Paisley. Paisley quickly back. And that one gets outside. Shepard's going to pick it up in the Canadian zone. Shepard fires it up, looking to find Markowski. Markowski quick tip into the Miramichi zone. It comes back. McShane and Markowski working together. Now Gilbert is there. Markowski back. That's going to come back, but just a little out of reach of Paisley. He plays it safe, stays back. Paisley now. And Gilbert trying to get a stick on it. They're going to play it down low. Bouncing puck comes off. That's picked up by Shepard. Taken out of harm's way. Shepard coming up along the boards. Plays it high to Markowski. Markowski tries to get it to McShane. McShane fires it. He still has it. Driving towards the net. Backhand on the goalie. And that's a save. Face-off coming up in the Rivermen zone with Gargano, Dara, Stella, Hoyt, and Scott. Off the draw, Miramichi. Deep in their own zone. They play it off the wall. Too far. Comes back to Hoyt. He's going to fire. And that's a good save by the Rivermen once again. And they just don't want anybody in the crease. Very protective of their goalie. Face off once again. Off the draw, win for Gargano, straight back to Hoyt. Hoyt fires, and that doesn't miss by much. Rebounds picked up, and Stella trying to get there. Miramichi making their way through the neutral zone. Good stick by Hoyt as he taps that away from Friesen. Down low, Hoyt pressuring. Friesen comes around, doesn't get the shot off as Dara gets a stick on that. And they do get a shot off there, but it's wide of the net. Miramichi picks it up back down low. They go into the slot, and the one-timer is missed by Friesen. Picked up by Scott. Scott's going to play it down low to Hoyt. Hoyt. And he's going to fire it, looking for Gargano. Goes off a skate to Stella. He plays it back to Gargano. And now Gargano down low. Plays it off the wall as the Canadiens go for a partial change. Comes back the other way. Stella pokes that away, keeps it in. And now Kirkpatrick is out. Friesen gets it back. Pressuring back the other way. He's just going to fire from the blue, outside the blue line. It's going to be picked up by McDougall. McDougall plays it to Miller. Miller and Kirkpatrick. Miller fires it deep, but it goes off a skate, and McDougall pushes it deep into the Miramichi zone. McLean out. They play it up off the wall. McShane trying to get a stick on it. McLean comes back. Kirkpatrick keeps it in. Kirkpatrick doubles back, fires it back, finds McLean. McLean fires. Glove save by the goalie. Off the draw, Kirkpatrick gets it, goes right back to Miller. Miller plays it back down deep. And Miramichi has it down along the wall. They flip it up along the boards. That's McLean trying to get a stick on it. McLean and McShane working together. McLean gets out just in time for McShane. McShane, he's taken down, plays it out into the slot. Kirkpatrick tries to get it. And Miramichi on the way back. McDougall playing his man. McDougall, good job there. Takes that away. McShane, they play it back. And that goes up off a stick, down low, played back around the other way. That's picked up by McDougall. McDougall to McShane. McShane to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick has that poked away. And McShane picks it back up in the neutral zone. McShane now driving, has McLean with him and Kirkpatrick. That shot's wide of the net, picked up by McLean. McLean. And that goes back the other way. Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick trying to get there. And Stella, he's going to fire that around, looking for Paisley. Paisley now, he's going to fire. Saved by the goalie. That's rimmed around the boards. Shepard there, he holds the line. Bouncing puck kept in by Markowski, and now it comes back. Picked up by Paisley. Paisley plays it up to Gilbert. Gilbert has Stella and Markowski with them. Gilbert fires it, goes off a skate. And, just over skated. And that's going to split the D and make its way down the full length of the ice for an icing call. And it does look like we're run time. I'm not sure. I'm going to say we are. Oh, nope, they just forgot to stop the clock. Okay. Off the draw. Stella comes away with it. Tries to play it out front to Gilbert. Picked off by Miramichi. That's going to come back to Shepard. Shepard plays it to Stella. Back down to Markowski. Markowski has that poked away. And Stella keeps it in. Stella drives it back down. Gets it back. Markowski. Markowski to Stella. Stella. Rebound. Oh, good try. That's going to get rimmed around. Just gets past Shepard, but Paisley picks it up. Paisley fires it off. Comes back into the Miramichi zone. It's going to come around once again. Shepard, I mean. Paisley. He's going to fire it up to Gilbert. Gilbert. And they say it's not touched. Touch, not touched. Not touched. Heading down into the Canadian zone. And the clock is all synced up. All right. Dara, McLean, Gargano, Hoyt, and Scott. Nice block there by McLean. Again, that one hurt. And that one gets redirected out front. Miramichi brings it back into the slot. Frees and turns, fires, doesn't get much on it. Hoyt takes that away. Hoyt plays it up, kept in by the Miramichi D. Dara gets a stick on it, and Hoyt again. They get it back, though. And nice save by McFarland, bouncing puck. And that is a late hit on McLean. McFarland, though, makes the save. Face-off in the Canadian zone. Off the draw. Bit of a scramble there, and that's a penalty. And Miramichi's going to go back to the box. And another block shot by I think it was Scott there. So Canadiens will head back to the power play with Miller, McDougall, Gilbert, Kirkpatrick, and Markowski. Off the draw, Gilbert tries to get a stick. That goes off. The clearing attempt goes off. And Miller, another block. That's going to be kept in by McDougall. McDougall. Over to Kirkpatrick. The one-timer just can't turn on it completely. So that's going to get cleared. Picked up by Miller. Rolling puck as he settles that down. And Miller making his way up. Miller plays it over to Markowski. Markowski has Kirkpatrick and Gilbert. Markowski plays it back to Miller. He plays it back to Markowski. Markowski tries to get the shot off. It's poked away. Last one to play here in the third period. Gilbert's going to pick that up. Gilbert working down low. Kirkpatrick takes his spot out front. Plays it back to McDougall. McDougall fires, and that's a goal. So another power play goal for the Canadiens. Out for the Canadiens will be Paisley, Shepherd, McLean, Dara, and Gargano. So off the draw, McLean and Gargano working together. That's picked up by Dara. Poked away, and that's poked away. Dara working it along the boards. Remember, she gets it back, and that is just kept onside. Dara, once again, trying on the back check. Poked away by Paisley. Last 10 seconds here. And that's going to come out, played away by Paisley. He has control here as he just pops it down the ice. And that's going to be it. So, nice win here for the Canadiens as they take this one 7-1. We'll see everybody back tomorrow, heading back to Heartland. Game time, 1 o'clock tomorrow.